come on down to a comfortable seat. Take your hands face down on your thighs and close your eyes. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide. Exhale out through your mouth. Inhale again through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Take one more breath, just like that. Inhale through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. And now set your hands together at heart center. Keep your eyes closed, your chin tucked into your chest. And take a moment to think of something or someone that you are grateful for. Bring their face, their voice to your mind's eye. And just imagine saying thank you to that person. Good. Release your hands down by your side. Inhale, scoop your arms all the way up. Connect your hands together and exhale, bring your hands down through your heart. Interlace your fingers and push your palms down. Inhale, stretch your fingers and your hands forward, then up again. Pause here. Relax your shoulders, engage your core. Inhale, reach over to the right. Both sit bones stay really strong here. And then drive back through center and go ahead, reach over to the left. Good job. Pull back through neutral, turn your palms together and bring your hands back down to your heart. Take a deep breath in and exhale out through your mouth. One more time like that. Inhale, stretch both arms all the way up. Connect your hands at the top. Exhale, slide your hands down through heart center. Interlace your palms, push your palms down, and then stretch your hands forward and all the way up. Hold here, engage your core, reach over towards the right. We're opening your heart and your lung energy lines. Pull back through center and reach over to the left. Good. Bring it back to neutral. Take your hands together and bring your hands down to your heart. Now with your right hand, press it down onto the floor. You're right on the tips of your fingers. And take your left hand onto your left ear. Left hand onto your right ear. Good. Start to pull your left ear towards your shoulders as you tiptoe that hand that's on the floor away. But as you do this, the whole bum, all of your hips are seated and grounded. Now take the hand that's on your head and put it right to the back of your skull. So it's cupping the back of your skull. And start to tap or tug your chin towards your chest, hopefully getting a deeper stretch through the back line of your neck. Take a big breath in there. And exhale. Good. Lift your head up, recenter, and do that on the other side. So you'll take your right hand up and place it on your left ear. Walk the opposite fingers, those are your left fingers, away. Both sit bones stay rooted. And to start, you're just tugging your ear towards your shoulder. And the reason we're doing this is we're opening through this lung and heart energy line, which is really the source of things like congestion. So anytime we get coughs or colds, we can actually do physical movements to open them up. Take your hand to the back of your skull, tuck your chin into your chest. A few big breaths here. Now it's moving the stretch into the back of the neck. Good, and pull it all up through center. Take your shoulders, lift them right up to your ears before you roll them back down. And do that 3 times in each direction. Unleashing some tension in the upper back, in your traps, right up into your shoulders and your neck. Awesome. Now, from here, can you take your left hand, reach your left hand out to the side, sweep it across your body, and use your right hand to catch that left hand, or your left forearm, realistically. Drop down your shoulder and just feel the opening along the side of your shoulder here. A big breath comes in. And exhale, unwrap, same thing over to the other side. So your right arm will open wide, scoop it all the way around, and then take your left palm or your left forearm across the right arm, drop your right shoulder down. A big breath comes in and exhale. Brilliant. Take your hands now, lift your palms and place them on your shoulders. Do some circles with your elbows, getting them so close that they almost touch. Maybe they do touch 3 times in each direction. So still really, really focused on waking up in and around your clavicle, your collarbones, all in this upper breast, chest, and back area. All right, keep your hands on your shoulders and just start to flap your arms like they're chicken wings. I know, it's a bit of a funny action. Can you just start to flap your arms like they're chicken wings? They're gonna bounce against the sides of your body. And as you do this, you might be tempted not to breathe, but instead I want you to really focus on breath. It could come out through the mouth here. As you start to feel some of the more muscular work in this rapid motion. We'll keep pumping and flapping our wings for 10, 9, 8, faster, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your hands on your thighs facing up. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth wide. Exhale with ah. Good. Now you'll feel wide awake. Come down onto all fours. And stack up your joints for our very familiar movement of cat-cow. Drop your belly down, roll those shoulder blades back, lift your heart, chest, and gaze up. And now puff between your shoulder blades, look to your tummy, and drop your head. Very, very simple spinal movements here. But as you move through cat-cow, can you let your focus today be on breath? So lengthening your inhale as you come up, exhaling as you round into your upper back. Good. One more cycle just like that. And release your back through neutral. Pause here, stretch your left leg long and stretch your right arm long. Stable here, either stay or start to tack your knee into your elbow and then stretch everything back out. So you're working with this idea of length, working on getting longer. Don't worry about how fast your movement is. Just focus on getting long through both limbs. Really good. Keep breathing into it. You're continuing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. Take that hand down, take that knee down, and right away lift up the opposite limb. So it's your left arm and your right leg. Hug your belly in so your lower back isn't collapsing, and start to bend and extend. There's a little bit of time here, so you can play with speed, maybe go faster or slower, but really focusing on length, reaching out until you can't anymore. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. Take those hands down, take your knees down, separate your knees nice and wide, and sink your hips back to your heels, but stay here with your hands stretched out over towards the front of your mat. We'll come into a twisted child's pose, another nice way to open that lung energy line. So reach your right arm up, send your right arm under your left arm, and lower your right ear, or maybe your forehead to the floor. Breathing here for 5. Soften into the sensation. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press your left hand into the floor. Take your right arm, reach it all the way out. Stretch your right hand to the ceiling. And now release your right hand down. And take your left arm up. Scoop your left arm underneath your right arm. Lower either your left ear or your forehead to the floor. There's 5 breaths on your own here. Good. Push into your right hand. Take your left arm. Unleash your left arm. Reach it all the way up. And place your left hand down. Now lift up onto your knees and flex your feet so that you can sit back onto your heels. You're sitting back onto your heels. Putting a blanket under your knees can be really nice here. So maybe you've started going to some holiday parties and you've had to wear high heels for the first time in a long time, like I have. This is a really nice stretch to release any tension on the feet. Keep your feet here. Take both arms and reach them out in front like you're holding onto a big ball. And now reach your left arm over top of your right arm and give yourself a great big hug. Such a big hug that you can start to dig your fingers into your shoulder blades, so into your back. Good. You might feel this desire to move, almost like you're slow dancing with yourself here. Or you stay completely still. And the feet are doing lots of work. We'll take 3 more breaths, 2 more breaths, 1 more breath. Take your arms, stretch your arms forward, and place your right arm on top. So you're still giving yourself a hug, but now can you lift up onto your knees, turn onto the tops of your feet, and sit back on your heels. Still giving yourself a hug, stretching the front of your ankles instead of the soles of your feet. Another big breath comes in here. With your exhale, release your hands and take your hands back behind you. Take your hands behind you, piercing your fingers down into the floor. Just lift your heart and chest up. Big deep breath in. Good. Exhale, walk your hands forward and take your right leg back to high plank. Take your left leg back to high plank. Drop your right knee down, drop your left knee down. Take your left leg back to high plank, take your right leg back to high plank, drop your left knee down, and drop your right knee down. Could you take your right leg back to high plank, take your left leg back to high plank, hover your right knee above the floor, keep puffing between your shoulder blades, and extend your right leg back. Hover your left knee, and then extend your left leg back. And just do that. It feels like you're pedaling a very weird bike for 5. Activating that fire in your core for 3. Good. Keep your belly button lifted. 2. And 1. Drop both knees down. Walk your hands forward. Forward on your yoga mat. Stretch your fingers forward. Let your chest fall towards the floor. Your forehead falls towards the floor, but your hips are up high. This is Anahatasana, melting heart pose, not child's pose. 3 breaths here. First, bend at one arm, then the next, crawling your body up and back. Now take your right leg and step your right foot between your hands. Sink deep into your left thigh, so there's a big diagonal shape on your left thigh. Imprint your left hand onto the floor on the inside of that right foot, and scoop your right arm up towards the ceiling. Scoop your right arm up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can set your right thumb above your nose. Keep sinking through the pelvis. Good. Take a long, deep breath in. And as you exhale, is there space to bend into your left knee and perhaps even reach back and catch your left foot with your right hand? And if that's available to you, start rotating your right shoulder back and look back behind you. Breathing here into your left quad for 3, 2. On 1, take that left leg down, take your hands down, and lean your hips back towards your heels. Lift up your right toes. Really pick them up so they're facing the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Sweet, deep hamstring stretch here. You're just breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Take your hands back down on the floor. step your right leg back and take one cat-cow. So drop your belly down, roll your shoulders up. Exhale, round into your upper back. Really good. Could you now step your left foot between your hands? Keep your right hand on the inside of that left foot. Rotate your left arm and reach it all the way up to the sky. Sink your right hip down. Feel that work in your right quad. And as you push through your right hand, it almost feels like you're suctioning up through your right armpit. Go ahead and bend your right knee. Can you catch it? Maybe. Maybe not. Wherever you are, you're reaching forward and rotating your left ribs open to the sky. 4, 3, 2, and 1. As your left hand comes back down to your mat, lean your hips to your heels and pick up your left toes. Fold your weight forward. Let your head dangle heavy here in space. Let your head dangle heavy here in space. Breathe into that back line of your leg. Perfection. Drag your left knee all the way back. Bring your hands beneath your shoulders and lower right down onto your belly. Take your hands outside of your yoga mat, elbows piercing up towards the sky. Inhale, pick everything up. Exhale, lower it all down. Could you do that 2 more times? Inhale, pick it up. Exhale, lower it down. Last time, inhale, pick it all up. And exhale, lower down. Press into your hands, pull up into your high plank. And it's that same action. So you're just pedaling one knee to a hover and then the next. Pedaling one knee to a hover and then the next. Building some fire in your core. 4, 5, and 4, 3, 2, on 1. Move your hips high. Find downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide and exhale. Now look forward, step your right foot between your hands. Step your right foot between your hands. Keep your left hand on the floor. Take your right hand and create a great big circle with your right arm all the way around. When you come back towards your foot, take that big circle in the other direction all the way around. And now circle the right arm forward and up, but hold it at the top. Push through the ball of your right foot. Can you lift all the way up into a rotated lunge? Torso's facing the right. Good. Take your right hand down your back thigh. Lift your left arm up and over. Maybe you lift your gaze up. Let me just breathe here, kicking through our left heel. 4, 5, 4. Really opening that lung line. 2. Good. On 1, bend into your left elbow and place it onto your left thigh. Bend into your right elbow, place it onto your left hand. Roll your ribs up, look up. Both of your legs are super strong here as you breathe. 4, 5. Good. 4, 3. You've got this. 2. Listen carefully. On 1, pull back through center, push through both feet, reach your arms up, and right away turn your left toes to the left long edge of your mat and open your arms wide. Here's warrior 2. We're just breathing. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, place your right elbow on your right thigh and take your left arm all the way up alongside your left ear. Breathing here. 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, pick everything up, straightening your front legs, open your arms long. Now reach your fingers forward and release your hands to your right shin. Stack your left fingers above your nose. Find balance and stability here, then breath. 5, 4, push down through your feet. 2, and 1. Pick your body back up. Pause and step your back foot halfway up your yoga mat. So your feet are about 2 feet apart and they're quite wide. And now start to track your right hip back. Right hip comes back. Hinge forward. Set your left hand to the outside of your right foot. And this is where a block can come in handy. It could come onto a block. Track your right hip back. Maybe you can rotate that right arm all the way up. Twisted triangle pose. 4, 5, 4. Right hand can even come to your hip for 3, Keep pulling your right hip back, left hip forward, 2. Nice job. On 1, take your hands beneath your shoulders. Lean your weight forward. Keep your chest lifted, and bring your hands to your heart as you kick your left leg back for warrior 3. Breathe here, 5, 4, strong through your glutes, 3, 2. On 1, stand all the way up, and right away, take your left foot to the inner right thigh or beneath the knee to your shin. Tree pose, keep grounding through the sole of your right foot. Open your arms out, make them nice and wide, maybe a big V shape with your arms, even your fingers are spread wide. Push your pubic bone forward, find full breath here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. Release your hands, release your feet. Take one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Think about someone or something that you are grateful for. And now at the top of your yoga mat, could you bring your big toes to touch? Bend into your knees. Inhale, sweep both arms up. Exhale, flush your arms back. Try that again twice. Inhale, reach your arms up, straighten your legs. Exhale, bend into your knees, as you come down. One more time, letting all that stagnant energy go. And then inhale, just lift up halfway. Clench your palms, step back, plank pose. A little different this time. Can you bring your right knee to your right elbow and then send it back? Left knee to your left elbow, send it back. So you're transitioning side to side while strong and steady in your high plank. Use the strengthening of your core to activate your abs, not just your front transverse abs too. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Exhale out all of your air. And now look forward, step your left foot between your hands. Good. Keep your right hand grounded. Take your left arm, one whole circle from front to back. And when your hand comes back to your foot, one whole circle in the other direction. Then take that left arm forward again, reach it all the way up to the ceiling, push through your left big toe mound, so much strength and stability here. Pull it all the way up and take it back into an exalted lunge. Find the muscles in your legs. Bend into your right elbow. Place your right elbow on your left thigh. Palms come together. Kick through your right heel and find rotation. You're holding and breathing for 5, 4, strong right leg, 3, 2, on 1. Carefully pull back through center. Open wide, turning your right toes to face that right long edge of your mat. Warrior 2. Look over your left fingers. Breathe, 5 breaths. Bend into your left elbow, place it onto your left thigh. Stretch your right arm alongside your right ear. 5 breaths. Push into the sole of your left foot. Lift everything up. Straighten your front leg. Reach your left fingers forward. Trikonasana. Triangle pose. Pubic bone reaches forward with your body. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Pick it all up. Take your back foot, step your back foot halfway up your yoga mat. So you have this nice short stance. Rotate your pelvis forward. Rotate your pelvis forward. Start to lean forward. Reach your fingers forward and take your right hand to the outside of your left foot. Rolling your left ribs up and away. We're finding that deep revolved Trikonasana. 5, 4, 3, 2, Gradually come out on one. Stabilize through the sole of your left foot. Pick your hands up to your heart. Kick your right leg back. Here's warrior three. Lots of gluteal strength here. Just breathe. Can you pull back up through center right into tree pose? And for your tree pose, reach both arms up. Reach both arms up. Create lots of space through that upper body. And breathe. Perfect. Hands come down to your heart. Take your feet down on the floor and just shake out your limbs, your wrists. We'll work towards one more balancing pose and then some big back bends. From the center of your mat, round through your left foot and take your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Right hand to the inside of your right foot. Lift your left arm alongside your ear. Inhale, lean forward as you kick your right foot back. Could you lift your gaze maybe towards your left hand? Keep your chest and heart lifted as you soar into Natarajasana, dancer's pose. 1 full minute hold here. Connect with your breath. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1 is a gentle release out of the stretch. Take a hand on your heart, hand on your belly. Finding a moment of gratitude for your body, your breath. And when you're ready, your right foot stabilizes down on your mat. Bend into your left knee. Extend your right arm up, up, up. And begin to lean your weight forward. Kick that left foot away. Keep your heart lifted. Breathing here. 1 full minute on your own. Come back in if you fall out. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Incredible. Pull it back down. Twirl around your wrist for a moment. And now come to sit down on your knees. On your heels, on your knees, take your palms flat on your thighs. Close your eyes. Just catch your breath. Open your eyes and stand up on your knees, preparing for a big back bend or peak pose, Ustrasana. Take your hands to your lower back, pull your glutes, your bum cheeks right in towards one another, draw your elbows in and lift your gaze. Think about creating a big arc or extension in your lower back. Keep engaging your bum cheeks and pulling them in, keep pushing your pubic bone forward. And then take your right arm and reach your right arm up to the ceiling. In that circular motion you practiced, can you stretch it all the way back to catch your right heel? And if it can't quite reach, you'll catch the back of your right thigh. Try that with your left hand. Reach your left arm all the way up. Keep pushing your pubic bone forward. Stretch your left arm back behind you. Can you catch your left heel? Now when you get here, push your pubic bone forward, squeeze your glutes in, lift your heart and chest. Keep your head up or let it fall back if that's okay on your neck. And think about giving and receiving love this holiday season, opening your heart to receive gifts, opening your heart to give. For three, two, on one. Walk your hands up your back. Take the tops of your feet onto the floor. Sit down onto your heels. Good job. Hands come to your thighs. Reset. Breathe here. Crawl your weight forward, coming onto all fours. A little spinal flexion could feel quite nice now. Come back through neutral and take your right knee, lift your right knee up, start to make circles with your right knee, a few in each direction. After you've had enough of those circles, simply slide your right knee forward for pigeon pose. And you have the option today to keep your heart and chest lifted in your pigeon pose. So really driving home this theme of opening our heart, opening through our lungs. But of course, we're nearing the end of our practice, and it might also feel nice to just release and fold forward for a little break in sleeping pigeon. Take one more big breath in and out here. Push your hands into the floor, lift your heart up, lean over to your right hip, bring your left leg all the way forward and place your left foot to the outside of your right thigh. Entering a seated spinal twist, take your left hand behind you, inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, can you rotate towards the left? That right palm is wide open, fingers spread wide. And use the resistance of your right elbow across your left thigh to rotate even deeper. Thank you. Come back through center. Either stay here with your legs or stack your top leg, your left leg, directly over top of your right leg. Take your hands, inhale, reach your arms up. And now set your right arm under your left arm. Crisscross your arms together, palms are touching. Maybe it's just the backs of your hands that touch. Full cow face pose. Squeeze your forearms together, lift your fingers high and tuck your chin in. 5 breaths. Unwrap your arms, take them alongside your body, and as you unwrap your legs, lift your legs up for Navasana, boat pose. Maybe straightening them completely, maybe your knees stay bent. Finding a moment, either staying right here, or if you're feeling steady and balanced, you could pick up your big toes with your peace fingers, lift your heart and chest, and play here for a moment. Please set your legs down. Lower your left knee for pigeon pose, stretch your right leg back, and decide if you'll stay upright or maybe come right down to the floor. 5, let's say 10 breaths here. One more breath in and out. Walk your hands back in towards your body. Lean over into your left hip. Bring your right leg around. Stamp that right foot on the outside of your left thigh and take your right hand behind you. Deep spinal twist. Use your left elbow for that resistance. Look back behind you, twisting and wringing it all out. Thank you. Release through neutral. Either keep your legs as they are or stack your knees for shoelace variation. Taking your left arm under, press your palms together. Find some breath here. Cow face pose. Release your arms. Take your legs, place them down in front of you, and come down onto your back. When you get here, right away, squish your knees into your chest, rock from side to side. Hand drape your knees over to the right, stretching your left arm to the left. You can peer over your fingers here. Come back through center, take a twist to the other side. Finally, back to neutral. Take any little movements or adjustments for a short and sweet 2-minute Shavasana. Lying your body flat on the earth. Arrive here with a deep breath in and a big exhale. Maybe you stay here, melting away in sweet Shavasana. Maybe you start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms up overhead. Bend into your knees and roll over onto your right side. Pick yourself up to a comfortable seat. Take your hands to heart center, and before we close, can you think of one person you feel grateful for? Sending them a little thank you. And think of one thing you feel grateful for. Thank you. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide and exhale. The light in me sees and reflects the light in you. Namaste.